And we're back to loving a 4-4-2. I'm just messing, but another game where we don't lose. So that is a fantastic achievement. We're the only team remaining that has not lost a league game. So hopefully we can keep that up for the next couple of games and keep that streak going as long as possible. This was a very, very dreary game. I saw it all across Twitter. Fans, we are not happy with how we looked, especially in that first half and a little spells in the first part of that second half. But luckily, we were able to turn around and got a point from the game. So that's always something to be positive about. This video will definitely not be as long as the other ones because, quite frankly, like the mistakes that were made all throughout the first half and the first 15 or so 20 minutes or so in the second half are like all the same things. So I don't need to go into that much detail on what went wrong. We all saw what was going on. Passes were bad, too far out in front. Danjuma not looking his Danjuma self. Just defense was a bit shaky. On the offensive side, we couldn't get the ball from our center half or from our back three up to the midfielders. We had a really, really hard time getting them the ball and then pressing forward into an attacking front. So I'm going to actually start off there because the one thing I saw was that Derby was really letting our back three have the ball and pass it around. They were kind of letting them sit, and then when they made the pass up forward, that's when they really started to press, and they pressed 2, 3, sometimes even 4 men on that ball, and they were causing quick turnovers and everything and got them in good position. So that I will give credit to them. That was very good coaching on their part and very way to stick to their game plan there. I said this on Twitter, and I just my personal opinion, I felt like that game we were crying out for another center midfielder to get help break down that press when that ball would get transferred up into the midfield. So, and I feel like a midfield 3 would have helped significantly for those short passes and then to beat that press to going forward. So I felt, my personal opinion, I felt the formation was a bit wrong. I was very thankful that we got to see Tyndall's plan B today, which was a makeshift 4-4-2. So can't really break that down. We had, Cook and Brooks in center midfield at one point. So that was good to see. But I feel like this game was really crying out for a 4-3-3 or a back four for sure, but some type of midfield 3 going up forward. So however you want to play that, but it just felt like we really needed that extra midfielder today because we are getting this back-to-back games where we've been absolutely dominated in the midfield. Billing was not as sharp. Him and Cook was a weird combo. Billing, a lot of passes weren't there. Defensively, he did his usual interceptions, but other than that, he didn't bring much to the table. We're really missing Jefferson Lerma, so the sooner he gets back, the better, because he really makes that midfield tick and makes our whole offense tick. We've seen it's been such a huge loss with him not in the lineup. The second half, we started to get a little bit more up-tempo and everything, and the passes were getting there. We put our foot on the gas pedal to try and really get that equalizer, and luckily it finally came by Roro, that was a fantastic goal he had. From Rico, he does his brilliance of like sometimes he just does those magician passes and crosses and everything, and luckily it just fell right at Roro's feet and he knocked it in that bottom right corner. So that was, well, I'm looking from the goalie's standpoint, but the bottom left corner from his standpoint. But like that was fantastic goal, and we were really pressing on. And like right after that game, that goal, you could really tell that Derby was just trying to run down the clock. They knew they weren't going to get a goal. They had their chance, but they only had 1 or 2 maybe. But we were on the gas pedal trying to get that game winner, and it just didn't fall today. We had a lot of good chances throughout the entire game. There was a lot of, so one of the things also that just popped up in my head that I wanted to discuss, like I feel like we were playing a lot of, when we were trying to work the ball up, it was going to the left side of the field with Smith, Rico on that side of the ball. And when it was on the right side, it was Stacey. A lot of the times he was isolated over there. It was just Stacey on that right side, and everyone else was on the left side or in the center, and it just left him isolated. And with Derby pressing so much, it was like 1-on-3, 1-on-4 at times, and it just led to easy, stupid turnovers. That it's just the one glaring thing is the dysfunction that's been a repeat offender within this team, and then that off-ball, say, movement or positioning was suspect in a lot of the first half and that beginning of the second half. So that's just one thing that we just need to hammer on, is getting that a formation and getting our tactics right and everything, and just trying to get a structured play, because I feel like we're relying too much on individuals to open up the game for us when we need to be working a team, especially in the championship. It's just, you'll see, you need the big, strong teams that we're going up against, and you need to be able to break them down. There's a lot of good coaches in this league, and we need to be working as an entire unit instead of just relying on individuals. That would probably be my one glaring negative. I hope Stan is not too injured and everything. He did have a not so good first half, and that's me probably putting it lightly there, but hopefully just so we can have that depth there. The back line had a much better game. It had a terrific game like they always do. Steve Cook, to me, was the man of the match. Brilliant plan B on Tyndall on that one. So that's probably my first initial reaction. There's not much else I can think about. It was just a very poor game. Overall, the ref was giving away a lot of soft touches. Derby was being they were grabbing on the jerseys, just trying to do, I don't want to say tactical fouls, but like just doing fouls to slow down the game, even on when they had the ball, when we had the ball, just trying to do anything we couldn't beat them on the counter. But for me, like I said, the man of the match was Steve Cook. Comment down below. Let me know who your man of the match was. And then tell me what formation you want to see for the midweek game, because I just don't feel like that 3-4-3 isn't really working. That's back-to-back games where we're getting dominated in the midfield, so we need to change that up and hopefully get some more midfielders in there, and we'll also see some rotation in there, because we've seen a lot of players getting a lot of game time, so we got to be resting them before the international break. But we also got to be looking to pick up points, because we had an opportunity to pick up some points and get closer to first place, but we were only able to one, and we also slipped down to third, which, I mean, it's still beginning of the season, but we're almost at the 1/4 mark. So, like I said, comment down below what formation you want to see. Smash the like button, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend, and way to salvage a point there, Cherries.